So this is a client spotlight interview, and go ahead.
Featuring Leslye Taylor. Okay, so here we go. We always say real estate is more about relationships than transactions, and today's guest is a perfect example of that. Leslye Taylor recently trusted Team Lally with the sale of her home in Eva Beach, and her journey is one many homeowners can relate to. After a previous listing that didn't move, Leslye faced multiple challenges, but together we were able to navigate them and get her to a successful closing. We're so grateful to have her here today to talk about her experience and what stood out to her along the way. Welcome, Leslye.
Yes.
Thank you, Attilio.
All right. So we've got a few questions here for you. And so the
Okay.
first one is, before working with us, your home had been on the market for several months. What was that experience like for you emotionally?
Yeah,
It was really difficult
yeah,
because I don't know what the deal with the market was, but I think I was told it was a lot of, the election and what's going to
yeah.
happen and all that brouhaha. And then when the election was over and things still weren't moving, it was on the market for 4 months and I took it off in December of 24 and then just let
Okay.
it sit and just made the payments, didn't get a renter or anything like that. And
Mm,
then, uh, yeah, it was pretty financially draining, I will say.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of ups and downs, and as long as I kept it out of my mind, so to
Yeah.
speak, it was just money coming in and going right back out. It,
Yeah.
I just never really paid too much attention to it.
Sure. And that's going to be tough, making covering the overhead on a vacant home
mm-hmm.
in another state. And
Yeah.
so, um, what's the so that was your description. It's kind of like in the gyms, the before and after. So that was the before. Let's talk about after that experience. What made you decide to just put your home back on the market, and
Why Team Lally?
why Team Lally?
So I had met Adrian a few years back in an airport
Yeah,
lounge situation, so to speak. It
sure,
was just a random meet, and she was wearing her Team Lally jacket, and we got to chatting, uh,
sure.
and then that was it. It was just a friendly meet and greet. And then
Mm-hmm.
years later, I remembered, and I thought, well, let me, I hear they're the number one, team on island. Let me just call and see if she remembers. So I emailed and she said, "Oh my goodness," and then put me in contact with Laura. And
Yeah,
I think that was in May this year because that's kind of where I was trying to grab a new team with PCS season coming upon us
yeah.
again. And I think it was sometime around the May time frame. And
Okay.
uh,
So it was that chance meeting
it
at
was a
the
chance
airport
meeting.
lounge,
Yeah.
coupled with the reputation.
Well, I think
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
it wasn't a chance meeting, and then you didn't go into Google and say, chance meeting a realtor. Who should I choose with? You did your research online,
Yes.
obviously, because that the encounter created the memory hook.
Mm-hmm.
But if nobody just does business with people they randomly meet, it just provides an opportunity to start the research. And so you did your research.
I did.
Um, yeah, so there was a lot of moving pieces in your transaction. What was it like having Adrian and myself and the team handle all of that for you?
Well, at first it was a little overwhelming because the house had
Yeah,
been sitting now at this point about 8 months.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And, so I was really discouraged, but hopeful still.
yeah,
And I was literally running out of funds at this point. And I knew
yeah,
my cutoff. I had a hard cutoff date where if we didn't have anything going on, I was just going to have to start short sale or even think about foreclosure.
oh wow,
And every month that went by, they brought in, new buyers. They just weren't the right people. It wasn't the right fit for whatever
yeah,
reason. And so I think for me, the communication aspect of it, I mean, I got
yeah,
weekly updates, I got weekly emails, phone calls, everybody was always really communicative. And I really
yeah,
appreciated that part about it because it wasn't that way before, not to
yes,
disparage anybody else I worked with.
yeah,
It's just a different
different,
vibe for me.
different, yeah.
So,
I think too, it human nature, we always I think what is the phrase of the quote? We fear the unknown. And that it's just easier if you're going through a stressful situation. Like I went to the doctor's office the other day and the person checking me in, the medical assistant was like, this is what we're gonna do, this is what's next, this is what you're gonna hear. And I
Just
appreciated
just
that.
setting the expectation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of
Yes.
communication. So I think for us, we have a communication guarantee, and that is that we check in with you at the beginning of the week, and it's a conversation, it's a recap, so you know what's going on. Interesting that you mentioned the communication and knowing what was going on was the experience that you enjoyed, because the National Association of Realtors have surveyed clients regarding their real estate experience, and the number one complaint is lack of communication.
And I think too, like having a strategy and having multiple strategies for your particular situation and
Yeah.
all hands on deck because we understood that you didn't have an unlimited amount of money to keep carrying this mortgage. I mean,
Right.
it's a
You
lot.
didn't have a
Yeah.
rich uncle who won the lottery, passed away, and made you the sole beneficiary?
I didn't.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? I thought I did, but I didn't.
Mm.
Um,
All right. So now that the sale is complete, how did it feel to finally sell your home?
yes.
Like, like a big weight had been lifted off of my shoulders financially.
Yeah.
Finally at the end of December, I think it was on the market for on and off for 15 months at that
Yeah.
point when we
Yeah.
finally did close on the 10th of December. So very blessed, very grateful that I was
Yeah.
able to keep it. We found the right buyer that wanted to move in and assume the loan right away. And,
Yeah.
that was a blessing in
Yeah.
and of itself. So I didn't have to carry the mortgage all by myself. It was just kind of
Yeah.
money coming in, money going out at that point, and then
Yeah.
um, just very grateful, very grateful.
Yeah. I think that the when we go into the biggest challenge that realtors have is that we just don't have we have the one strategy and it's a one size fits all. And for us in being in this business 20 plus years, we know that there are multiple situations and you got to have multiple plans.
Yeah.
And so I think did you feel that we kind of understood your situation and we're trying to pivot to match the situation you're in?
I do. When like I said, early on we got some buyers in, but they were
Yeah.
lowballing and they wanted to
Yeah.
assume the loan, not as a VA buyer, which put me, at a deficit, not having my VA
With your
entitlement
benefit.
back.
Yeah.
And so there was a whole lot of that going on for a few months. And then, we had three buyers in 3 weeks and then they all dropped out. And then that was
Yeah.
a crushing blow. I think that was in July. And
Mm.
then finally, I made the August payment and we were discussing, I believe it was a short sale at that point. And I said, well, I've already
Yeah.
paid the mortgage for this month,
Yeah.
and then the new buyers came into the picture and we started in August. And um, I think one of the key things for me was that you guys really listened to what I was saying and my
Yeah.
concerns. I really
Yes.
needed my VA entitlement back,
Mhm.
and you found me a VA buyer that gave me my entitlement back, which I'm
Preserved it.
over the
Yeah.
moon about. Thank God, because I mean, it was just I had to wait. I just had to
Mhm.
wait,
Yeah.
and
Got to be patient in the process, but we're not sitting around waiting for something to happen. We got to go
No,
make it happen.
yeah, we're out there hustling, turning over
yeah.
every rock and just, trying to get it figured out for you. Yeah.
For context, for the people seeing this, what branch of the military were you in? How long and what did you retire from?
So I was in the Air Force for 21 years, retired, and what I was doing in Hawaii was I got a really great job offer, and I left Las Vegas and came to Hawaii and spent 10
Yeah.
years there, and loved every second of it. Thought it was a good time to go retirement wise,
Mm.
Yeah.
and I think I jumped the gun on that a little bit, and
Sure.
so I just had to persevere throughout, and so here we are on a
Yeah.
podcast.
All right.
Yes. And now you're happily in Las Vegas and
Yeah.
getting your fitness goals met.
Getting my fitness
Yes.
goals in. Yeah.
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 Got introduced
Good.
to F45. I love it. I've been there, I think, 3 times since we've been, and I actually joined today, signed my paperwork. So I'm
Cool.
really excited. I really like that atmosphere. of
Mhm.
doing because you're on a time frame, you're just constantly moving and going, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah.
for introducing me to
Yes.
that.
And you're glowing. You look so much happier because the house is sold and
Yep.
now you have your, your
Fitness
fitness
goals.
goals and your fitness
Fitness
community.
goals.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Some context for people. We went to Las Vegas for some holiday, go
Mhm.
watch the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, and we said, Leslie, let's connect. And we did, had a nice
Yep.
meal together. And my hats off to you because literally I think, was it the next morning we went to F45?
Yes.
Yeah. Next morning.
And
It's
and
like
uh
boom.
and a lot of people, I would say most of the people would have given us a dirty yes followed by a dirty martini.
Yes.
And a dirty yes is like, oh yeah, 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 I'll be there. And
Leslye was there with
Leslie,
her pink pants.
I was all
pink,
in pink that day.
Yeah,
all
I
in
had my
pink,
pink pants.
and she did the F45
Yes.
workout, which is like what, 7 minutes from your house. It
Hmm.
was pretty,
Yeah.
Pretty close.
it was
Right around the corner, which
destiny,
is great. I
Hmm.
didn't even know it was
destiny.
there.
Yeah. So we should be getting some kickback from
No.
F45 or no, no,
Yeah,
we don't.
for sure.
Yeah, as
We're
part of
just
your real
we're
estate
just
program.
happy to be part of like this journey, whether
Yeah,
it's like on the real estate side or on like the personal side.
yeah,
We're
Yep.
happy for you all around.
yeah. Next time we're in
Thank-
town, we're gonna all together. We're gonna go on the Red Rock Canyon, go and do some hiking.
Absolutely. I feel like I've gained some new friends for life now.
Yes,
Hmm.
I feel like you guys are my Ohana in my heart,
yes.
and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
everything that you all have done for me. I really do.
Yeah. I when we get these appraises, these compliments, I always say thank you. And you know what I always say? And I don't say this all the time.
Hmm.
It's easy to work hard for nice people.
Yes.
So
It's easy to work. It's easy to break bread with nice people. It's easy to go
Yeah.
working out with nice people, and you're definitely in
mhm.
that category. We got the
Yes. And I
last
would say
question.
anytime we're in Las Vegas, we're reaching out to you, Leslye, for either a
Absolutely.
hike or workout
Get together.
or some drinks or dinner.
Yeah.
All right. So last question is, would you recommend Team Lally to someone thinking about selling their home and why?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The entire team from Robert who reached out to begin with
Yeah.
to Shane, Laura who
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears to her, love her dearly.
Yes.
You guys, I applaud you and thank you so much. 100%, 1,000%, I would recommend you guys
Thank you
because
so
you
much.
stuck with me when I was really in a difficult situation and
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it. It was a long journey for sure.
Yeah. That's for sure. Well, a long transaction. You hung in there.
You hung in
I'm
there.
sure. I'm sure there were days like, I mean, we all go through these days, right? If it's not, you say this thing. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's like, oh
Mhm.
my goodness,
Oh
what's
my
next?
gosh.
What's next?
Yeah.
And there were a
Yeah.
ton of those, but I'm glad that you hung in there with us. We hung in there with you and got
We
her
got
done.
through it.
Got
Yes.
her done
Together.
We got
together.
her done, and 2026 is our year. Boom,
That's
boom,
Yeah,
boom.
right.
that's it,
Yes.
2026. But that's it. I mean, thank you so much for giving us your most valuable resource, your time
Hmm.
to be on this Zoom and talk about your experience with us here at Team Lally. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Leslye.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Leslie.
Thank you, Adrian and Attilio. Love you
Mhm.
guys.
Love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.